And they're off in the Robert B. Lewis, and Citizen Bull bobbled out of the gate. He did recover quickly. Rodriguez is going to the front. Here's Citizen Bull now sprinting quickly on the inside to take command. Clock Tower comes away third, widest of all. Matticat Road tucks in along the inside of Valentine's Candy. They're heading to the 6 furlong pole, and it is Citizen Bull who will carve out the fractions. He's pretty keen and leads by a length and a half to Rodriguez. They're followed by Clock Tower in third. Frankie Dettori has a nice hold of Matticat Road, 4 lengths off the leader, and Valentine's Candy outside of him with 5 furlongs to travel. It's Martin Garcia and the 2-year-old champ, Citizen Bull, leading by a length and a half. Clock Tower takes second, Rodriguez between those two. Then Matticat Road inching up closer along the inside. He takes third as Rodriguez has lost a couple of spots. Rodriguez now 4 lengths off the lead, coming to the 3/8 pole. And Valentine's Candy at the back of the field, midway on the turn. Citizen Bull opens up 2.5. Rodriguez is now re-rallying on the outside, so he obviously wasn't comfortable, but he is now as he comes after Citizen Bull at the top of the stretch. Matticat Road is down at the rail. 3/16 of a mile to go. Citizen Bull still in control. Matticat Road trying to get into second, past the furlong pole, and Citizen Bull better than ever coming to the 16th pole. He is back in a big way. Citizen Bull leads them all the way. Another Robert B. Lewis for Bob Baffert. Second goes to Rodriguez.
Slides through at the inside to try to go get him. Outside Latch the Hatch, they're 1/8 of a mile from home. It's NEOEQOUS now on top by 2.5. Joey Muscles has rallied into second with Latch the Hatch on his outside, but nobody getting close to NEOEQOUS. NEOEQOUS and jockey Drayden Van Dyke reporting home 4-length winners. Good battle for second, very close. Either Latch.
Ready for the Ruby. And there they go in the 54th running of the Jeff Ruby Stakes. And showing some pace as expected is Innovator, and also there with him is California Burrito and Charlie's to Blame from the inside. Maximum Promise is much closer this afternoon. He covers Baby Max. Poster gets to the inside before the first turn. That's a good move for him. So they race into that clubhouse turn, and Charlie's to Blame has the lead. Innovator chases the pace from second, and California Burrito sets up shop in third. Baby Max is fourth inside of Maximum Promise. Calling card from the rail. Curvino to the outside, 3 or 4 wide entering the backstretch. Poster's in a good spot. He gets to save ground. He's in the 2 path. Giacoso tries to make an early bid, getting within 5 lengths of the pace. He's not joking, little shy of 7 from the front, joined by Flying Mohawk. And Final Gambit is the last of 12 as they race up the Turfway Park backstretch in the Jeff Ruby. Charlie's to Blame, 3 parts of a length to Innovator. California Burrito with an early bid heading into the turn. Baby Max is saving ground. Poster continues to improve his position. There goes Giacoso with a wide run, and he's getting in contention with 3 to 5. Maximum Promise is trying to quicken after him. Flying Mohawk begins to gear up. He's hitting his best stride. Curvino's under a drive. They're going to Final Gambit, and he's not joking. California Burrito has come away with the lead at the top of the lane in the Jeff Ruby, and Giacoso is chasing after him, and Maximum Promise is hitting his stride. It's California Burrito, Giacoso. Here comes Final Gambit to the far outside, rolling home like a good thing. Check out Final Gambit and Luan Machado. They win the Jeff Ruby Stakes going away.
And they're off in the Wood Memorial, presented by Resorts World Casino. Rodriguez right to the front with the early speed is going to get the rail, and it's Rodriguez with the pressure from Captain Cook, stalking from the outside, drifts out of touches in the 3 path. Then comes Tiger 24, is well settled at the rail, is in third. Not settled at Touch Keen and wants to go is My Matoli, is in between horses in fourth. Wide Journey for Sand Devil Early is in fifth. Very wide Grande Orange Cap is in the 6th path here as they work to the backstretch. Moving through at the rail, that was Passion Rules, who's going to be mid-pack towards the back end of the field. You've got Statesman there with McAfee and Omaha. Omaha, the late runner, 23.31, and pretty tightly bunched here in the wood. It's Rodriguez in front, has a neck advantage. Captain Cook just watching the action here from second. Captain Cook and Manny Franco watching Rodriguez at the rail. My Matoli's gonna push forward. Grande out in the center of the racetrack has momentum for Dylan Davis. 4 across the racetrack through a 47.44 half-mile time. Passion Rules is saving ground towards the inside for Carmouche and moves on through. My Matoli's backed out of it. Sand Devils trying to run on. McAfee far back. Tiger 24 Statesman, Omaha. They're still chasing Mike Smith and Rodriguez. Captain Cook with every shot to run the front runner down. Here comes Grande, is trying to launch that rally. Passion Rules and Carmouche looking for a way through. Rodriguez turns it for home and has the lead. It's Rodriguez trying to open up, is doing just that. Rodriguez has now taken 3, almost 4 out of the field. Grande in the center of the racetrack is chased all the time here by Captain Cook. It is Rodriguez. Rodriguez with a 16th left to go. Rodriguez is opening up. It's a front-running score. The 100th running goes to Rodriguez. Mike Smith win it.
Here in the gate. And they're off in the Virginia Derby. Getaway car, like a rocket out of the gate, is in front by 2 in the first few strides. Getaway car heads over to the inside to lead the way. An American Promise comes out from the inside post to stalk the pace from second, and Render Judgment is up there too. Here comes Render Judgment, 3 wide to join the fray on the far outside. Those 3 right across the track down the backstretch run. And then it's 3 lengths back. Authentic Gallop comes out racing in 4th. Rapture toward the inside is 5th. Studley Do Right nudged along in 6th. And stretch running Omaha, the trailer in 7th. Through an opening quarter in a swift 23 seconds flat. American Promise and Getaway Car going head to head for the lead. They hit the far turn that way. They're still 2.5 lengths clear of Render Judgment, who backed off a bit and is back into 3rd. Rapture toward the inside is racing 4th. Authentic Gallop coming under a ride while 5th. Studley Do Right and Omaha. Round the far turn. American Promise has come on to take the lead. Is wide on the track, but is in front by a length as they head for the quarter pole. Getaway Car, Irad has opened up the throttle, but he's back into 2nd as they come to the top of the stretch. Render Judgment racing 3rd, and Rapture is 4th. They're off the turn in the Virginia Derby. American Promise clear by 3 as they head for the final furlong. American Promise trying to pull the upset. Getaway Car has given way. Render Judgment, Omaha, the Virginia bred coming down the center, but American Promise has a 5-length lead, 100 yards to hold it. Now it's 6, and now it's 7. The Virginia Derby to American Promise. Render Judgment was
Ready
second,
now.
and it's
And away. Shin Forever a little slow out of the machine. Same can be said for Dragon. Away fast Admire Daytona. Flood Zone. Rafid works forward. Galactic Star the deepest at the post. Don in the Mood is going to drop in behind them from Queen Azteca. Shin Forever. Heart of Honor midfield. And Dragon drops out to last and is slightly detached from the field. 1,500 and change left to go. In the UAE Derby, it's Admire Daytona who leads Rafid a narrow margin. Into 3rd now, Galactic Star. He's able to opt in and get some cover now coming in as the field splits apart. It was 4 lengths to Flood Zone, the inside of Heart of Honor, who spots the lead half a dozen lengths. Shin Forever next from Don in the Mood. Then came Queen Azteca, and Dragon now trying to reattach himself here with 1,100 metres left to go. Admire Daytona the leader. He's coming clear by about a neck now to Rafid. Galactic Star gets closer. They certainly pack ranks here as they start to work off the back. Galactic Star gets closer. He's up on heels. Up into the 1-1 now, Heart of Honor. Safi Osborne's been able to improve into a nice position. Don in the Mood off around them from Dragon, who's now starting a mid-mace move also. The pace really starting to eject into the event. Then came Flood Zone from Shin Forever. And out to last now is the Norwegian in Queen Azteca. Pace on. Admire Daytona the leader. Heart of Honor in the middle of the sandwich. 3 deep and wide now was Don in the Mood, who's still trying to work into the lead here. A gap to Dragon. Then came Shin Forever. Galactic Star. Queen Azteca. Rafid drops away with Flood Zone. They come into the running and the UAE Derby, and it's Don in the Mood who takes a narrow lead from Heart of Honor, who's trying to respond here through the middle. Admire Daytona fighting back as well. Good go here. Half furlong left to travel. Don in the Mood. Heart of Honor picking up the middle now. Heart of Honor working through with Admire Daytona. Admire Daytona stride for stride with Heart of Honor. Good go down to the line. Tight. Admire Daytona maybe, not sure. Photo finish. That is awfully tight. Admire.
Dead.
They're off and racing, squeezed out Admire Daytona and Promise Gene slow away. Good early speed from Vidialite with Danon Figo. Cora Uzel goes forward with Don in the Mood. Luxor Cafe slots into 5th position. Wider out is Taisei Dorado, then back to Happy Man the Fence. Admire Daytona, well back is Dragon, and Promise Gene that blew the starters at the tail of the field. So a small field, missing the kick, not an advantage at all for that Promise Gene runner. And leading them up at the moment is Vidialite, leads out from Danon Figo. Pulling and reefing is Accorda Azel. Slotting in next along the rail is Taisei Dorado. Then comes followed by Don in the Mood. The favourite Luxor Cafe out there in the breeze and travelling okay. Then Happy Man, Admire Daytona. Dragon is second last, and Promise Gene at the tail of the field. They're not going overly quick, so it will be a bit of a sit and sprint as Vidialite leads them up. Danon Figo in second. Accorda Uzel, Don in the Mood makes a line of 4. This will set up beautifully for the favourite in behind them, Luxor Cafe. And looking for an out in behind them is Taisei Dorado. So the big striding Luxor Cafe given his head by Rachel King down the middle of the track and starts to lengthen. Starting to run on Admire Daytona, and from the back of the field, the one that blew the kick, Promise Gene is coming on strong, but Luxor Cafe full of running, going to be hard to knock off. Promise Gene's going to make it very interesting. Luxor Cafe stretching. Has he got enough? Yes, he has. Luxor Cafe takes it out, Promise Gene.